welcome to another video. My name's Destiny, and today we're going to do my September TBR. So I have a lengthy one this month. There's a lot I want to get to, and I'm kind of playing catch up, so I'm excited to go through it. First, let's talk about the ones that are coming off my actual shelf that I want to read, because that stack is much smaller compared to the other one. The first one is actually A Court of Mist and Fury. I did get a chance to get to this month. The month of August kind of flew by, and I just didn't get a chance to pick this up as much as I wanted to. So I'm moving my Sarah J. Maas read along back a month. I will put out a new graphic for it later on, early September. I should have it up by the 10th of September so y'all can see. But I am moving this read along back because I'm just now just trying to tell. I think I'm only 24 pages into it. So far, I find myself empathizing with Tamlin a little bit more, but that's to come. So that's on my TBR. That also means that A Court of Wings and Ruin is also on my TBR, because again, I didn't get to it either. And this is the one I'm most excited to get to because it has so few annotations in it, and it doesn't look like I even wrote in it. I just put the tabs in where they went, and I didn't write anything. So I'm excited to get to this one. Next is an arc that was kindly sent to me for review, and that is Her Own Happiness. This one comes out on the 5th of September. I am currently 36 pages through it, and I'm honestly loving it. This one, we're following Maya. Maya lost her home and her job in one fell swoop. She was living in Hawaii and now has to move back home to Maryland with her mother and father and figure her life out, figure out what she's going to do. Her mother and father are kind enough to let her move home and pay for everything while she figures it out. They don't really want her rushing into anything. They want her to take her time in figuring out what's next for Maya, and I'm absolutely loving it. I'm sorry if you can hear the washer going. This weekend was a little bit of a busy one, so I didn't get washing done, so I'm trying to kill two birds with one stone. Next, I want to get to a middle grade, and that is Clara Poe in The Long Way Around. This follows Clara. Clara wants to enter the great, what do they call it? She wants to join the around the world hot air balloon race. Her parents tell her no, and so Clara decides to fake their signatures and go anyways, and I'm excited to see where this goes. This is another one that was sent to me for review. It has really big pages, and it is a middle grade, so I'm assuming it's going to go really fast. I'm excited to get to it. Now we get to my library books. Currently from the library, I have 10 things checked out, and I want to get them all read as quickly as possible. And so, in no particular order, honestly, let me tell you what they are. I did do a library haul. Did y'all get that video? I'm not sure if I posted that one or not yet. It may be still in my camera roll. But I did film a library haul, so these are the same ones. But let's start with the one I'm most excited for, the one you saw at the end of my vlog I got, and that is Foxglove by Adalyn Grace. This is a sequel to Belladonna. This follows Signa. Signa has always had a relationship with death. When she was only a couple months old, her parents threw a ball and kind of find out the wine was poisoned with, I want to say it was poisoned with belladonna, but I could be wrong. It's been a minute since I read the first one. And poor Signa is the only one left alive. And when death comes to claim her soul, like the rest of the people around her, he does not see her past like he does with everyone else. He sees Signa's future, and she does not die. Fast forward years up the road, all of Signa's caretakers, so the family that she goes to live with, distant family where she goes to live with, are all coming up dead, and Signa hates death. She realizes she can talk to him, and she absolutely despises him because in her eyes, he keeps taking everyone she loves from her. And so when her aunt that she's currently living with dies, Signa is sent to live with a distant cousin whose daughter is dying, and they're not sure why. Her mother passed from the exact same illness she has. They don't know who's doing it or what's happening to her, and Cigna vows not to let her die and sets out to figure out what happened to her. And so that leaves us here. I can't give you too many details about this, obviously, because it would be spoilers for the first one. But let me tell you, it's beautifully written. The relationships are wonderful. The personification of death and fate, because that's a new added twist, are beautiful. And I can't wait to finish it. I am currently 130 pages through it. I'm hoping to get to 270, so part 2. Hold on, I just want to double check where part 2 is. Let's look. Oh no, I'm wrong. Okay, that's not too bad. 242, so about 120 pages I want to read tonight, and hopefully finish this by the end of the week and give y'all a review by the end of the week as well. So there's that. Next, I want to pick up The Maid by Nina Prose. I've heard wonderful things about this. I know it has, I want to say, is it autism rep? I could be wrong. It doesn't say. This follows Molly. Molly is accused of committing murder when she goes into a hotel room and finds a dead body. That's all I know, is all I want to know. I've heard everyone rave about this for a while, and I know there's a sequel coming out pretty soon about Molly and it's Molly again solving another murder. So I really want to read this and see what I think. Next is Survive 5 by Holly Jackson. Honestly, I don't know what this one's really about. I picked it up solely because it's Holly Jackson and a YA mystery thriller, which I really enjoy those. It does say 8 hours, 6 friends, 5 survive. So I think this is the one. Let me look. Yes, okay. So in this one, their RV breaks down in the middle of nowhere and somebody starts shooting at them. They don't know who it is. They're stuck in this RV and I'm assuming people die. So I'm excited for that. Next is one that I know most of BookTube has read. I just have never got a chance to read it, and that is Lock Your Door by Riley Sager. Sager? I don't think I'm saying that right. What I know about this is that the main character gets to live in this fancy building, but she's giving a set of rules she has to abide by to live here rent-free. And so she can't talk to neighbors, she can't talk to anyone who lives in the building, and shit seems weird, and she's trying to figure out what happened there. I know that it's blurred by Ruth Ware, and that's really all I need to know, because I absolutely love Ruth Ware's books. But, oh no, she's an apartment sitter. So it says, no visitors, no nights away from the apartment, no disturbing other residents, all of whom are rich, famous, or both. So I'm excited to see where this goes. I've heard a lot of people say this is their favorite Riley Sager, or they love this. So I'm excited to see where this goes. And actually, I have one other one that's off my shelves that I want to read, and it was underneath all the library books, so I missed it. And that is The Firm by John Grisham. I was kind enough for the publishers to send me a copy of the Firm. We did a watch along for the movie that came out in 1990. I know there's a lot of other bookstagrammers? Is that the right term? There's a lot of people on Instagram that were going to do a read along for this. I want to try to get ready in September because the exchange does come out at the end of September, or not the end of September. I have the release date, and in the 1st of October actually, and so they're wanting to read this so they can read the second one. I'm hoping to get it done in September and pick up the exchange in October because I will be getting a copy of that as part of the campaign I signed up for. So I'm excited to get to this one. Next, from the library, I have The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James. This one's tagline is, something hasn't been right at the roadside Sundown Motel for a very long time. Carly Crick is about to find out why in this chilling new novel from USA Today's best-selling author, award-winning author of Broken Girls. So this is another dual timeline. I read the other one by her that came out. Book of the Month did it, and I can't seem to lay my eyes on it right now. I can't think of what it is. I read that one, absolutely loved it, and I heard great things about this one, so I'm excited to get into this one and see what I think. I honestly didn't know more than that. There's weird shit going on, and our main characters are going to try to figure it out, and it's dual timeline, which is definitely up my alley. Next is Middle Game by Sean McGuire. So she also wrote Into the Drowning Deep and the Wayward Children's series, which both I absolutely love. Into the Drowning Deep is my favorite horror book I have ever read. Those Murderous Mermaids are just chef's kiss perfect. This one follows supernatural twins, and they have powers. Booksalala absolutely loves this book. She has raved about it. That's all I need to know going in, and so I really want to read this one. Next is the new Garrett Grady Hendrix, and that is How to Sell a Haunted House. I know this is about a brother and sister who parents have passed, and so they go to clean out the old house and to sell it. That's all I know. I love Grady Hendrix. I have read Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, My Best Friend's Exorcism, and Final Girl Support Group. I loved all three of those. I don't think he writes horror that I could live without. So I'm excited to get into this one. All I need to know, it's Grady Hendrix, and I'm down. The next two is Serpent's Kiss by Melissa De La Cruz. This is the second one in the Witches of East End series. I am currently 12 pages through this one. I picked it up and honestly, I picked it up, started reading it, was really enjoying it, and then Fox Club got dropped in my lap, and it's been my main focus. This one follows 4 witches. It follows, Joanna, her daughters Ingrid and Freya, and then Joanna's sister, who are witches, and they have been living in Arbor for a while. There was a ban on them using their magic, and after the events of the first book, that is lifted, and this is the second one. This is a series I have been desperate to finish. Ever since I watched the TV show and read the first one, I've been desperate for this one, and every time I get my hands on this book and think, okay, it's time, I'm going to read it, something comes up, another book I really want gets dropped in my lap, so I'm determined this time I'm going to read this one. And then lastly, for my September TBR, is As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. This is the final Good Girl's Guide to Murder story. This one follows Pip. Pip, in the first one, sets out to figure out if the murder-suicide that happened the year before was really a murder-suicide, or did he murder his girlfriend or not. And she keeps getting wrapped into all kinds of mysteries, and so this is the final one. I'm excited to get into this. I have loved the first two. I'm a little nervous reading this physically because your girl listened to it audibly the first two, so I'm a little nervous getting to it, but I'm excited. There you have it. That is everything I'm hoping to get read in September. What about you? What books are you hoping to get to in September? And I'll see y'all in my next one.